Today I'm going to review ranking reports, which you can run via FlexMLS or MarketView for brokers. So first we're going to start off in FlexMLS, and I want to start off by saying that only manager and broker accounts have the ability to see the ranking report in FlexMLS. So if I'm going through this and you're not seeing it in your FlexMLS access, reach out to us if you feel that you should have that access. Same for Market View for brokers. You'll only have that button, which I'll show you in a little bit, if you have that managerial or broker access in Flex. So first, in FlexMLS, we're going to go to Menu and then locate the Statistics section and click on Inventory and Production. And then we're going to click on Ranking Report and Run Ranking Report. Now, on this screen is essentially like a quick search. So you can select your criteria, you can choose different property types, list price, towns, villages, property subtypes, etc. But I'm just going to leave it as is for now. And when you're done entering in your criteria, you're going to scroll all the way to the bottom and just make sure that you have the correct date range in there. So once you select everything on this page, select your correct date range, you're going to just click on Next. And then on this page, you have the ability to rank different options. So you have ranking members, which is just ranking all members of Cape Cod and Islands MLS against one another. Then you can also do ranking offices, companies. You can do companies and offices together. And then you can also do rank members in an office. So this only allows you to run one office, and you're ranking the agents that are within that office against each other, essentially. But I'm just going to select rank members, leave it on that. And then we get to the final page of decisions, which is you're choosing your report options. So this first one is basing on how your report is calculating. So you can either do by number, which is going to rank members based on the number of sides that they've had. So if someone's had 10, it'll go 10, 9, 8, etc. Dollar volume means that they're ranking by the amount of dollar volume, which someone could have one sold listing and someone could have 10, but that person with one had their dollar volume was 1 million, and this person with 10, their dollar volume was 500,000, let's say. And that person would be above because we're ranking by dollar volume rather than number. So important to select the one that you're looking for. You can also select different statuses, only one at a time. If you're running a closed ranking report, you just want to make sure you keep that on as sold. And then this is going to be how sold listings are counted and who's displaying on this report. So if you choose just listing members, you're only going to see those who represented the listing side. Same with selling members, you'll only see selling member sides. Then you have listing and selling members, which means that it's going to only take into account those who had both the listing side and the selling side on that particular listing. And then if you want everything, you want to see everyone, you're going to click on listing or selling members because it's going to take into account either that listing agent side or that selling agent side. And I'm going to point out a couple of these. So we have exclude non-member accounts from the ranking list. So we have like unrepresented buyer, or when you're closing a listing, if the agent's not a member, there's that non-member account. By selecting this, that would exclude those accounts from your report. You can also include last year's calculations. So whatever date range you chose on the previous screen, it'll show you the year prior for that date range as well as the date range you chose. This is defaulted checked because it will calculate numbers and volumes using sides. If I hover over this, it explains that each listing has two sides. There's a listing agent side and there's a selling agent side. The listing member and selling member are both credited with a side. unless there is a co-listing agent or a co-selling agent. And that's when you'll see half a side. So maybe you'll see zero point 0.5 or 10.5. It's likely that they had a co-listing agent. Now, when this is unchecked, I should back up a second. That also goes to volume as well. So if there was a listing agent and a co-listing agent that a property sold at 1.2 million, they would each get 600,000 and they would each get half a side. If you uncheck this, the sides will stay the same, but the dollar volume will be different, where that listing agent and co-listing agent will both get 1.2 towards their dollar volume. So it's defaulted checked just because it's splitting it up evenly at that point. Then we have this enter the maximum number of members to display. If you want to see everyone, we have roughly around 2,500 members. You probably won't see 2,500 members in the list. It will only show agents that had a, a sale on the listing side or the selling side. So once I click on next, it's going to give me that ranking report. You can see the sides here. You can see the dollar volume for that person, the average dollar volume, the percentage, the total percentage of sides for the entire of the sales, and then the total percentage of the volume as well. It's important also to just make sure if you're exporting this list that you're keeping when you ran it and what you ran, just so you can go back to it if you need to. And it does tell you that you're calculating by sides, not by dollar volume, etc. You can also print it. That's just going to print you a PDF form. So that's how you would run a ranking report in FlexMLS. So again, just quickly to go over that, you would go to Menu, Inventory and Production, Ranking Report, and Run Ranking Report, and follow those steps throughout. The next option we have for a ranking report is Market View for brokers, or market stats for brokers. So when you go into your member dashboard, under your CCI MLS tools, you have this market stats broker under there. If yours says agent, again, reach out to us, just because agents don't have the ability to run a ranking report. Broker is that you have that managerial or broker access, which is needed for the ranking report. So I click on that, it's going to bring me into InfoSparks. Now, the important thing to note about this is InfoSparks only has stats for residential single family and residential condo. Whereas FlexMLS, you saw you had the ability to run all property types. So it's important to just note that you're only running those property type, this property type, and property subtypes as well. So once you're in here, you're going to click on this market view up at the top of the bar. And this is going to be the ranking report. Now you can also change this up by, it's defaulted to Barnstable County, but you can narrow it down to a town or a village, etc. And then you have only these criteria up at the top that you can choose from. And then it gives you your ranking report. You have the list side versus the sale side, and then the total number amount there. You can also highlight an agent if you type in their name. If you click on them, it will highlight them at the top, still showing the number that they're in the ranking report. If you come over to the right here, you can also rank by office or rank by firm, which in Flex we call firm companies. And then you can choose your date range, not as particular as you can in FlexMLS, so just note that. This has kind of set options for you that you can run a ranking report. And then also it does default to running the volume of sides as the determination or the percentage of market share. So you can choose between those two. And then you can also click on this print button and it will print as a PDF. So that's how you would run it in InfoSparks. Again, you would just go to market stats for broker, and then you would click on that market view up at the top bar there. So should you have any questions about ranking reports, please reach out to me. I could be reached at mlssupport@cciaor.com. Thank you.